Princess Willow lives in an enchanting land. This land is full of pretty forests and vibrant green fields. Many of the forests and fields are sprinkled with wildflowers in every colour of the rainbow. There are also long winding rivers and gentle streams in this land. Many of these connect to waterfalls that flow over mossy rocks. In the water, little fish and friendly creatures swim and play between rocks and lily pads. The fish love to swim through the river, and sometimes they leap out of the water to peek at the fluffy clouds, sparkling rainbows, and magical forests around them. Today, Princess Willow is standing at the edge of the river near her parents' castle. The castle is near a patch of the forest with soft soil, wild mushrooms, and flowers that bloom in every season. Princess Willow watches as a fish jumps out of the water and flips in the air before splashing back down and swimming with a current. She watches as the fish catches up with its friends. Just then, she hears a familiar sound behind her. It's the sound of Blossom's hooves squishing into the soft soil with every step. Blossom is a unicorn, and she is Princess Willow's very best friend. They met years ago on a quiet afternoon in the forest. The day they met, Princess Willow was painting a picture of the river when Blossom appeared. She began to drink from the flowing river. She did not notice the princess on the other side of the water, tucked behind a big rock with her paintbrush and easel. As Princess Willow painted, she added the beautiful white unicorn drinking from the water. Blossom had a silver mane that sparkled with colours of the rainbow, especially when the sunlight touched it. Her horn was shiny and silver, twisting up to the sky like a spiral made of pure magic. Blossom's coat was soft and snowy white, with a shimmer that made her look like she was dusted with tiny silver stars. Her hooves sparkled too, leaving little glittery prints wherever she stepped. Princess Willow really loved the unicorn's big, kind eyes. They were as bright as the moon, and the princess painted them in just that way. When she finished the painting, Princess Willow held it behind her back and tiptoed across the bridge to get closer. The unicorn stood quietly, her silvery mane and coat shimmering under the dappled sunlight that peeked through the trees. She quietly stepped up to Blossom, her heart fluttering with excitement. She held out the painting for the unicorn to see. The unicorn's eyes lit up with joy. The picture sparkled in the sunlight just like the unicorn. Then the unicorn's horn began to glow softly, a friendly sign that she loved the gift. The gentle shimmer of her coat seemed even brighter now, as if she was thanking Princess Willow in her own magical way. And from that day on, Princess Willow and Blossom were the very best of friends, sharing many magical adventures together in the enchanted land they call home. Now they meet each other in the forest, go for walks around the castle grounds, follow secret paths to fairy groves, and make wishes upon magical flowers. Today, they are going on a little adventure to a waterfall. Blossom had heard about an enchanted waterfall from some of the other magical creatures in the forest. She was sure Princess Willow would love to go on a new adventure together. So Blossom leads the way. Following the river through the forest, the ground shimmers with dewdrops. Just then, a fluffy white bunny rabbit hops right past them. She is followed by two baby bunny rabbits. Princess Willow chuckles. She loves animals, especially the woodland creatures that travel through this land. Soon they reach a bend in the river, where an old owl with fluffy grey feathers and bright wise eyes flies down to meet them. The owl hoots in a special language, giving Blossom directions toward the waterfall. They resume their journey, following the owl's guidance. Soon they see a clump of bright red toadstools. They walk past them and turn left over a little mossy hill with slippery rocks and friendly insects. Blossom tells the princess that they must be close. The owl told her the water was on the other side of the mossy hill. And just like that, the forest begins to open up, revealing a shimmering waterfall. The waterfall flows into the river and a mist rises up, creating a magical fog. But there is something all the more special about this place. A big bright rainbow that wraps across the waterfall. It is the brightest, most vibrant rainbow Princess Willow has ever seen. A ray of light shines on the ground, making the unicorn's mane sparkle in all the vivid colours of the rainbow. Then, Blossom's horn glows even brighter. With a graceful flick of her mane, Blossom creates a magical pathway that reaches all the way up the rainbow. Blossom bends down and Princess Willow climbs onto her back. The princess holds on to Blossom's neck and together they make their way onto the rainbow. As they walk on the colours of the rainbow, Princess Willow can sense the magic all around her. She can hear the shimmering sound of sparkles and touch the fluffy clouds in their path. As she reaches out to feel the clouds, a big smile comes across her face. However, one of the most wonderful parts of walking on a rainbow is the view of the land below. She can see her parents' castle, the deep forests, the winding rivers, tall mountains, and even the little village with its cobbled streets and busy marketplace. Then she turns her head towards the end of the rainbow, but it doesn't lead back into the forest. Instead, she can see it curves down to a sparkling garden. There are trees with golden apples, flowers that change colours, and fairies wandering to and fro. Sparkly mist lingers in the air like a magic spell. Of all the adventures that Princess Willow and Blossom have been on together, they have never visited anywhere quite like this, the princess thinks. Once they arrive in the garden, Blossom gently bends down, letting Princess Willow hop off her back. When the princess steps onto the soft garden soil, little sparkles float up around her face, making her feel light as a feather. Then the magic dust sticks to Blossom's hooves, and they are both able to float off the ground to explore the secret garden. As they wander, a trail of sparkles follows behind them. What is most curious, however, is how the princess can hear little whispers of heartfelt wishes. I wish for a big garden with lots of yummy food. I wish for a baby sister. I wish for a pet to explore the forest with. Soon enough, a tiny fairy with bright red hair and glowing wings arrives to greet them. The fairy flutters her delicate wings, which are full of colour, like the magical garden around them. She smiles at Princess Willow and Blossom. "Welcome to the Garden of Wishes," the fairy tells them, her voice soft and sweet. "Only those with pure hearts and a spirit of adventure can find their way here. You two must be very special." Princess Willow's eyes widen with excitement. "The Garden of Wishes," the princess says. "Does that mean we can make a wish?" The fairy nods and waves her tiny wand, which has a golden star at the tip. The little sparkles begin to dance around them. "Yes, of course," the fairy says. "Just close your eyes, think of your deepest wish, and it might come true." Princess Willow looks at Blossom, who nods her head in encouragement, her horn giving off a reassuring glow. So the princess closes her eyes, holds her hands to her heart, and makes her wish. She wishes for happiness and joy to fill the enchanted land she calls home. She wishes for every creature and person to feel as much wonder and magic as she does now. After a few moments, she opens her eyes, and the garden seems to shimmer more brightly. The fairy claps her tiny hands and tells the princess that she made a beautiful wish. Blossom leans down, nuzzling the princess with affection. Together, they take one last look at the magical garden, letting its beauty embrace them once more. Then, with the fair's guidance, they follow the path back up to the beautiful rainbow. The princess watches as the sparkles dance off her shoes and return to the garden where they belong. Then the two happily head home. Princess Willow retreats to her wondrous castle, and Blossom goes back to her cozy place in the forest. They say goodbye for now, each knowing they will always cherish their memories of the magical place they just visited. And from that day on, every time they see a rainbow in the sky, they remember the Garden of Wishes and the joy of sharing magic, kindness, and friendship with all. And so, thanks to Princess Willow and Blossom the unicorn, happiness began to grow everywhere in the land. The forest seemed greener. The rivers sparkled more brightly. Children played in the open fields, and laughter filled the air. What an enchanted land after all!